Hey YouTube! I'm reporting with another YouTube World of Tanks YouTube commentary. Took a while to get this T-62A on the regular server. So, uh, well, since this is a video about this tank, this will be the main thing of the commentary. So, I think this tank is basically what I like to think of it is a tier 10 T-34-85 after you step on it. So the gun on this thing is not that all that good on Alpha Strike, so 320 average damage seems a bit low, but I think the rate of fire compensates it quite a bit. So rate of fire on this thing with 100% crew is 909 or something like that. So basically 9 rate of fire. If you get vents on it and a rammer on it, reload time is around 5.5 seconds, which is quite good. So if you get on a good flanking position, on the sides or backs or anybody, you can pump them quite good, full of hose on any tank. And also the penetration values on these tier 10 medium tanks help you get that DPM into your targets quite good. Also, I think this is the second best camo value out of the 4 tier 10 medium tanks, so basically the Batchet is the only one better, I think. Accuracy on the move is drastically improved over the T-54. Also the cannon seems to be more accurate while sniping. Also the giant plus side to the cannon on this thing is the shell travel time is insanely low, because the projectile flies quite fast, so it's almost an instant hit under 300 meters, so you don't have to lead your targets a lot while they are on the move on bigger distance. Hull armor on this thing is not that good, honestly. Sides are 75 millimeters thick, front is 102 millimeters, I think, actually, at a 60-degree slope, so technically it's not bad, because that amounts to twice the amount, so if you do the math, so that's over 200 millimeters of effective armor on it. And basically what kills the armor on this thing is the normalization in the game, which is 8 degrees now, so if you apply the normalization to your theoretically 200 millimeter thick frontal armor, it goes down to somewhere to 165-ish. And because your tank is quite low compared to vehicles you are fighting, and if you are getting closer, the angle on this thing is getting worse, so it's around 160 millimeters of effective armor on regular combat distances, and that's not a lot on a tier 10 vehicle. Although you can argue that you won't be bouncing too much tier 10 cannon shots anyway on tier 10 medium tanks, and the function of medium tanks isn't really, like bouncing shots. So you use your mobility to get that DPM to a flanking position and basically hit your targets in the sides and just boom, pump your enemies full of holes. ammo rack and the fuel tank layout is similar to the T-44 and T-54. The ammo rack and you have the ammo rack on the right front of the tank, and you have a fuel tank just above of that, a spare fuel tank. So a lot of people have issues with this tank burning a lot because of the frontal hull hits, and the fuel tank doesn't have a lot of HP, so it gets broken a lot, and this tank is tends to get set on fire for some people. Personally, I've played so far 50 games in it. I've been set on fire maybe twice. No ammo rack explosions, although I have safe storage on my loader in this tank, so I carried my T-54 crew over to this. View range on this tank is quite decent, and it certainly helps you snipe your targets with this gun. So only thing could be better on this, I think, is the mobility. I know it has a lot of hidden ground resistance, ground pressure, and attacks are well used that help keep its speed and momentum, but when you are climbing hills and the acceleration is quite poor also, it could use another 50 something horsepower to make it a bit better on mobility wise. Also, I wanted to say that sometimes with basically all and any other guns you get some retarded bounces and no damage crits as well, but you don't really notice it because with the vents and the rammer applied, you basically almost at an 11 rough. 5.5 second reload time is quite fantastic actually to get on a so high penetration gun. Yeah, and also I wanted to say that since the hull armor isn't all that good on it, especially on the sides and the rear of the tank, it soaks up a lot of HE damage, especially from artillery, so expect to take a lot of HE damage on this thing. So when a T-92 or anything with a high caliber like an object 212 hits the ground like 4 or 5 meters besides the steel damages you for 600 or something like that damage, don't be alerted because that's how it works. So equipment wise, I think some people will choose CO2 tanks because as I earlier mentioned, the burning problems. I personally don't care too much for it because I'm always having on my tanks, at least in high tiers, fire extinguishers and first aid kits and stuff like that. So so I'm running vents, rammers and vertical stabilizer on it, so it pumps out damage faster and you can shoot even more accurately on the move. I'm currently grinding also the Pattern 3 and the E50M, so when I get those I'll review them after 50 battles or something like that. I think this tank is quite decent for its tier. Hull armor isn't all that good on it. Well, you don't have to rely armor on a medium tank because it's a medium tank. Turret armor is quite good, although it's 240 millimeters thick. The roof is quite thick also, so it should bounce high caliber shots on the roof. So high calibers won't roll into the roof of it. Sometimes it bounces the most ridiculous guns, even point blank, or sometimes it fails miserably to the E100's 250 meter crab gun at 400 meters. I don't know how that works. Maybe the bloke was shooting gold. I don't know. Gun depression is basically non-existent as all the other Soviet vehicles. So, yeah. If you are familiar with T-54 hold down spots, those will work on this thing also. You can get quite good credits on it if you have a premium account. Won't get a lot of credits on it with a normal account. As you can see, didn't have much health left. I have a quite hefty repair bill, and also with 1k per shot, ammo will be around 35k or something like that, so not really the money making sort of tank. So yeah, so this is the C-62A for you lot, and see you next time.